an internet to do something very little, but we find that we have spent 45 to an hour. We really wanted to do something short, but it is so much time is taken. You know, sometimes we go out shopping, we want to buy something, one little thing, but we search so many stores. Maybe £1 less or £2 less. Sometimes, you know, one go to one store, give £3 extra, not a problem, let's come out, you know. You know, save that time. And we do that when we have something very important from a dunyawi point of view for that time. We just say, it's okay, man, let's spend, you know, £5 extra because the show starts at 9, you know. You have to be there as well, you know, come on. But when it comes to give some £2, I say £5, you know, now I'll give this to the masjid, I'll do something khair. No. But when it comes that I have to reach that show time or I have to meet someone, we'll just do it real quickly and just get over it. So how can we rectify ourselves? The seventh Imam says, he's not from our Shia if he doesn't do hisab, if he doesn't do muhasabah. He is not from Shia if he doesn't do muhasabah, and when he does muhasabah, when he calculates, and if he has done something good, you know, he will try to increase it, and he asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase it. You know, during long day, during this hour that I was awake for, you know, 12, 14, 16 hours I was awake, you know, the 16 hours when I was within the 16 hours, maybe half an hour I prayed altogether. Alhamdulillah, may Allah increase. 1 hour, you know, I was spent with a brother who was in the hospital, you know, needed help. It's very good, mashallah, you know, I did that. So it requires that calculation, you know, muhasabah. And Imam says he's not from us if he doesn't do muhasabah. And if he has done something wrong during that hour, you know, he asks forgiveness for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because on the day of judgment he will realize, you know, one of those things that sakarat of maut, you know, azab of qabr, you know, a person when he's dying, one of those things that get him is this amal, you know, that really makes him fishar, that brings him that pressure, is those bad amal that he has done. You know, it happens even in our regular day-to-day life, you know, if we have done something wrong and, you know, we are in a state that we are sick, we are ill, you know, maybe we are flying and we have this fear of death, and all of a sudden you feel that, oh, why did I do that? You know, when I was fine, when I wasn't thinking of death, you know, I shouldn't have done that. That brings about that stress and pressure. You know, when one person is sick and ill and he is thinking of death, for example, you know, so that is more grave, more dangerous. Obviously, there is no return. At least now he is sick and ill, there is umeed, much greater umeed that, you know, he will recover and whatnot. But at that hour, there is nothing. There is no point of no return at that time. Even after that, there is no return there. You know, the things that he has done, the, you know, lies and drinking or any bad act or amal, that brings him that pressure. That's fishar. However, this fishar is something which is necessary in order to purify. You know, that's the process. You know, fishar, that's why they say fishar qabra is wajib almost. You know, for every moment is fishar qabra. Every moment will have fishar qabra. There is no escape. Unless few things been mentioned by Imams how to escape from. You know, reciting Allah, Muttaka, Surah, Suresha, and other things as well, for example. So that is always there. So that is muhasabah, will be able to really make us achieve that forgiveness, that falah, you know, that success. Is that we, you know, calculate ourselves and prepare ourselves for the day of judgment. The last letter returned to the Harun from the prison of the Imam is where the man brings that letter, the soldier, the prison guard, and he gives to the Khalifa of the time. And here the Khalifa says, read it openly. I'm pretty sure that, you know, he wants to be released from the prison because the amount of pressure that he had in prison. And here the Khalifa, the prison guard opens the letter, a prison in which there was just one little narrow light which points out to whether it's day or night. A prison in which that a person cannot stand properly. A prison in which one would suffocate. Imagine imams, imagine masumeen. They have the greatest of patience. Imagine masumeen. They have the greatest of courage. Imagine masumeen. They can bear anything. They can bear any musibah, isn't it? Haven't we seen how Imam Hussein bear the musibah? You know, haven't we seen how Hazrat Fatima Zahra bear the Imam in the dua says, "Oh Allah, take my life." This shows the intensity of the pain that the Imam had in the prison. If you look at the du'as of the Imam, in the beginning Imam says that, "Oh Allah, I'm so blessed that I have this special place where I could supplicate to you. No one is around me. I have no businesses. No one comes to see me. I've been honored. I've been given this as a blessing." But here, the last days of the Imam, and he says that, "Oh Imam, take my life away." This was the type of prisoner. This is very similar to what the Imam, the fourth Imam says. The fourth Imam says that my mother shouldn't have given me birth because the sight of Sham, because the sight of Kufa is not bearable to an Imam, where he could see his women and children, where he could see his father's head upon this spear, where he could see his small brother Ali Asghar's head on the spear. This sight is not bearable. Oh Allah, why have you given this life to me? I wish my mother wouldn't have given me birth. The fourth Imam is saying, this is to show the intensity of the pain the Imam is going through at that time. So Imam writes in the letter that, "Oh Harun, you should know that you think by punishing me, by putting me into this pain, that you know that I'm suffering." You know, Imam is saying, Imam is saying that he's suffering. Which Imam? The Imam who is considered to be Kazim. Imam who controls his anger. Imam who is the ultimate level of perfection. He says, "I am suffering. I am going through pain. And you at the same time are enjoying the pleasures of the dunya. But you should know that the day will come. That's the day of judgment. That those who are the oppressor, they will be the one who will be suffering. But those who were oppressed, those who were on the right path, on the truth path, they will be at success." So this letter, which was the last letter to be noted from the prison of the Imam, is really an indication of the suffering of the Imam, the pains that he has gone through. And this strikes Harun, and he stands up, from the throne that he was sitting, and he walks and eventually decides which probably that punching line, probably that effect that it had upon him was that he should really uproot this man. That he has this respect, because the prison guard, he read it loud, which clearly showed the zulm of Harun. He says that this is the time that he should poison him. And eventually he did the work which is impossible by a human being could do, that he poisoned the Imam. And this Imam, in that state of ghurbat, in that prison, indeed, there's been report that he called his mother Zahra. There's a report. In this ghurbat, the eighth Imam also very similar, called the mother Zahra for assistance and help. And here, the 8th Imam, as it's the day on which the 8th Imam have become oppressed.